Blessed be and Happy New Year to all of my Capricorn people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your monthly astrological forecast for January 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you just need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, I always come back every weekend with new astrological and tarot updates as well every week. So what's going on when it comes to your January? Well, at the start of the month, we've got the Sun and Mercury in your sign combining forces. And there is a very important mood shift or some kind of important turn of the tide as it relates to a lot of your personal ambitions, personal path, personal projects, irrespective of what's going on with other people. Really, January is kind of all about getting you back in line, back in sync with your own personal roads, right? The stories that demand to be played out as part of your story, your personal story. Now, this could have to do with, of course, ambitions around things like money or love or moving or big projects or your spirituality, absolutely. But when we have the Sun and Mercury together, it's about getting back on track with your life where you might have lost track of it. And that can happen sometimes, right? We get overly involved in things outside of us. We get overly involved with other people, or maybe we get swept up in what seems to be kind of needed or in demand with certain environments, community, family, partners, work, it doesn't matter. And with the Sun and Mercury together, it's kind of putting things back in place for you. So your personal ambitions, your personal desires for your life are getting the support. And it could actually throw you through a bit of a loop as we go through this month, because a lot of things in your life that maybe you have been having to sideline, whether you chose to yourself, or maybe it just ended up happening by circumstance, are kind of getting set back in form. And with Mercury here, we're also getting a chance to speed up progress with a lot of things that we've fallen behind with. So all in all, a very important start to the year for you. We also have Venus entering Pisces, your third house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, helpful third parties, and collaborations. And this is a very important transit for everybody because with Venus in the third house, the planet of favors, generosity, gifts, affection, and connection, is really going out of its way to help to pull towards you and make work with and for you the right people for the job, whether this has to do with your network, your friendships, your work teams, it does not matter. Venus in the third house likes to really hook us up. And the way Venus hooks us up is by bringing us people that are either going to be ideal collaborators or teammates, or people who can hook us up through their own resources, their own connections. You might want to pay attention to where you are getting guided a lot this month to take on things by referral, or perhaps through getting match made or having distances closed between yourself and others, or maybe important goals or maybe important priorities that are all getting eased up and also pushed forward through the help and the favor of strangers and friends alike. But with Venus, as with all planets going through the third house, you got to be ready to let your social life shift a bit. People get more involved, people get more ready, and people to be more in the know about what's going on with you so they can hook you up. We also have Mars retrograde sliding back into Cancer, your seventh house of partnerships and closest one-on-one connections. This is the area that rules the boyfriend, girlfriend, the BFF, the business partner, the husband, wife, the roommate, all of the people you have your most involved one-on-one connections with. Now, with Mars retrograde in this part of your chart, this is going to be both a very good but potentially problematic kind of month, at least as far as these matters are concerned. The good. Mars retrograde always helps to alleviate and even dismantle things that have become oppressive or maybe working across purposes with what you want. So there could actually be a lot of good news around certain issues that maybe you and a partner have been struggling with or struggling against getting dismantled or broken down. blockages to having the relationship opportunities that you are looking for going away, whether they are known or unknown blockages, anything that has been maybe cluttering up or clogging up your roads towards a relationship goal or a partnership or business goal. All of those things going away, and again, getting lowered in their prevalence, their presence, and intensity, which is really, really good. However, with Mars retrograde, sometimes we can see things becoming so chill, so down, so quiet and tranquil that we can actually become sluggish. And we want to be careful not to find ourselves in a situation where a lot of delays, procrastination, and slowdowns are happening just because maybe we might be languishing a bit when we could be moving things forward, whether these are joint pursuits, joint ventures, new relationship opportunities, or again, a big relationship goal we're looking to accomplish. Now, mid-month, we have an interesting transition marker with a full moon in Cancer sextile to Uranus in Taurus. And this is actually going to be a very important month in the second half, especially between the 13th and the 27th, for some kind of book to get closed or chapter to be closed as it relates to either a relationship concern, a partnership concern, or maybe a joint venture in a business or family matter. Because with a full moon, we are getting a chance to end something for good that has been keeping us either stuck in place or stuck in the past. This could also commemorate the pushing forward or the forcing forward of something that has become stalled or sidelined that would actually be a really, really good development for you and a partner, whatever kind of partner they are, or perhaps help put you in line for an ideal partnership matchup. The second half of the month, we have the Sun and Mercury cruising on into Aquarius, and we'll also have a new moon there just around the same time. And this is all about you starting to rake in some new money, because this is your second house of income, employment, and security. And there's likely going to be some kind of evolution or new beginning around an income stream that is coming on quite quickly, because Mercury does not do things slowly. However, this is also going to require you to be ready to allocate more time to being able to cash in, but you'll have time to do it because this is not just for this month. This is also a development that goes on into early February. These influences will be here for about 4 weeks. Now, the closer of the month, or the big other shift of the month we have, is Uranus turning direct in Taurus, which is your fifth house of love, romance, creative pursuits, personal enterprises, and your relationships with your kids. And with Uranus turning direct, there is going to be an ushering in of a new era of a lot of new roads opening up that could be shaking down or breaking a stagnant status quo. And this can be a really good thing, especially if you feel like maybe a relationship, a family situation, or a business that you have, or maybe a creative passion that you have has fallen into a bit of a rut, or is kind of stuck on a wash, rinse, and repeat kind of setting. If you've been feeling like maybe there's not really anything going on at all in this part of your life, right? Whether it's because you played a part in it, nothing happening at all, or just because of environmental circumstances, Uranus likes to bring in things to shake things up. And this could also bring in some new wild sparks into your love life, as Uranus is the ruler of experimentation, invention, a little bit of spontaneity, and of course, the best kinds of upheaval. So that is what I've got for you, Capricorn people. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, again, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.